3v3 Argus Desert Gate blue team. First up is Max Power, plays a force commander, very versatile with great offense, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. Alongside, Illethor is an Eldar Warlock, melee commander with great disruption and mobility, can also tank damage with the right war gear. And rounding out blue team is Pibb, plays a plague champion, starts out range combat. This damage over time bolter can get melee weapons, good versatility and utility, can build turrets and repair but is very slow. Red team, starting us off is Floid as a big stompy Hive Tyrant, very durable commander that walks through cover and cannot be suppressed, good offense, disruption and support, begins with a basic synapse. Alongside is Eerie as a Lord General, great defense and support abilities, begins with a retinue of stormtroopers which you can add to throughout the game, fights in ranged combat. And rounding us out is Osinski as a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed, great offense and disruption, fights in melee combat primarily. And scouts in the building there from Max. We have Lord General and Chaos Lord here. Looks like Max is alone though. We do have some Dire Avengers from Illethor in mid. He has some Howling Banshees on the field and they're making their way there. There's a Destructor right on those Heretics. That's what the Destructor can do from the Warlock. That's his starting ability. There's a Doom Blast and Retreat. Now Banshees are in play. More Heretics for Osinski. Floid with double termagants into Spawn Mines on that west side, up against that Plague Champion. Here comes the Pew Pew from those Dire Avengers. Put out so much range damage, these guys. Tactical Marines alongside as well. Force Commander trying to lead the line. But he's taken a lot of shots, good grief. Chaos Space Marines, a bunch of Guardsmen and that multi-lass turret shooting at him. As well as the Lord General himself, of course. Looks like the red team will... No, maybe not. Only the Force Commander forced off. And the Scouts, still a bit of a stalemate there. Let's look at the west side. Pibb is forced off. Very difficult to win that first. Oh, look at that. He lost the Heretic squad completely, in fact. He did have double Heretics. Now only has one. And he's going for some Havocs. It's quite difficult to fight the Hive Tyrant with the Plague Champion, in my opinion. If you get the double Havocs to try and counter his charge, you're going to get Zone Thropes in tier 2 on you. Double Heretics will get owned by his Rending Talons, especially if you're in a solo lane. I think the best thing to do is go for the Bile Spear, because no matter how big and tough the commander is, the Bile Spear will stop it in its tracks. The Immolator up for the Warlock, recently got a cost reduction. There's a big Destructor as well. He's very low on energy and health, and retreats out. Looks like red team will take the east side eventually then, and there's some Khorne worship for Osinski. Oh, we can see the Combi Flamer. He's got some Noise Marines up. We'll be making our way to the east side. Contested victory point here. South is natural for blue, north natural for red. We have some sneaky scouts from Max though, with a sniper rifle, are going to decap it. Meanwhile, blue's natural power getting hit, and this natural power completely decapped. Havocs are on the field. Set up team with a heavy bolter that will suppress infantry instantly. This is Thousand Suns. Pibb often plays random, so this could have been a random pick for him. He's replaced the Heretics that he lost, so he's back up to double Heretics, CSM and Havocs. The Hive Tyrant with his extended Carapace and Rending Talons gone completely screw with all of that. So we'll see what he goes for. He's going for a turret on this side. 483, 497, that power goes down. Not decapped though. Chaos Lord gets away and he does have the Combi Flamer up. Really strong range weapon for him, allows him to pick off models while he's chasing things around, which he often does in tier 1. 474, 497. Not giving up this push, red team. Noise Marines, what are they doing? Oh, they're running in to use Cacophony. Force Commander not getting knocked down though, because he uses Battle Cry, which makes him immune to knockback. 465, 497. Now they retreat out through a ton of stuff. Doom Blast perhaps helping them get out a bit more safely there. Was that worth it for Osinski? Lost a bunch of Heretics. Didn't lose a Noise Marine squad. They model it, I should say. 456, 497. Tactical Marines with Flamer, losing a model to those Chaos Space Marines in melee combat. Now we might see a nasty retreat grenade from Illethor. There's the attempt. Didn't quite hit it in the right place. And the Chaos Space Marines get away, but they do lose a model. Warlock taking one down in retreat is almost leveled. Here comes Floyd flanking. These walls on Argus Desert Gates are medium crush walls, so big commanders like the Chaos Lord and Hive Tyrant can just walk through them. There's the Barb Strangler, he's trying to flank around his turret obviously, but the Havocs are suppressing everything apart from the Hive Tyrant, who's going to charge it now. Now he's in the line of sight of the turrets. The Plague Champion turret doesn't do a huge amount of damage though, it does have a very wide firing arc as you can see here. Barb Strangler Warriors forced off. Plague Champion without any war gear. I think Plague Champion war gear quite important in Tyranid matchups. We'll see though. Havoc stay in play, and that's good play all round from Pibb. Floid trying to flank around, couldn't quite manage it, and lost his Hormagaunts in there somewhere. East side is now decapped. Eerie is not happy with something, not sure what. His heavy weapon squad forced off. So his guardsman, and he's gone for some artillery spotters. These guys are now a detector unit in 2.2. You can tell by the eye above their indicator there. Chaos Lord runs away. Well, he's going to stay in this engagement, or is he? Losing a lot of health, but as well retreat out. I think he's going up to the brood nest to get some health regen, but it's not a lot of health regen. And it will take him a hell of a long time to get that 1,000 hit points back. That brood nest dropped over here by Floyd to help out his teammates. Would allow all of these guys to reinforce his retreat. He's killed Space Marines there. 425, 497. Lord General trying to cap, but there's a Devastator here from Max. And that is a artillery spotter smoke shell, and there is the regular mortar shell with that disruption and damage. Devastators will just set up there. You really need to follow that up with a push, I think. Otherwise they'll just set up and it's not really helpful. Energy shield here, giving 100% cover to these Eldar units, which is pretty annoying. West side, Pibb is pushing it. Doing well. This turret really changed this side for him. Double Heretic standing around. 425, 497. Hive Tyrant charges into the Havocs, catches them, and there's the Barb Strangler, suppressing them instantly with that good damage as well, and they are forced off. So now he just has the turret to deal with, but his charge obviously is now on cooldown, so he's going mid. Plague Champion is there. Looks like he just decapped that wreck point, and east side is still uncapped. There's an Immolator, or Immolate as the ability is called. 425, 492. Warlock staying in the engagement, knows he can just sit behind that cover and do fine. Scouts of Sniper Rifle also have Rangers up for Illethor sniper unit. So a pretty annoying army for red team to fight. Spotters are losing health like crazy, have to retreat there. In fact, we do have grenade launchers up for the Lord General. These recently got reduced to 20 power from 30 in 2.2. 425, 459. Double cap for blue. Have both the naturals. There's a destructor from the Warlock and he might run away. No, just going to get behind the other shield. Tactical Marines trying to be sneaky. Everything reinforcing off this brood nest, and here comes the Chaos Lord pushing the action back up to 1,000 hit points at level 1, and is just going to blast through these walls and try and flank, get something going here. Assault Marines on the field for Max using a 1-1-1 build. Tactical Marines, Devastators and Assault Marines. There's the jump, and it's a very good one, hitting double Heretics and CSM. Ouch, he has double Grenade Launcher Heretics Osinski, which he likes to use with the Chaos Lord. Now going for the Blood Maul in tier 2. Didn't see a lot of use from that combi flamer really. There's an Immolate scaring off the Guardsman. Assault Marines are going to get tied up by the Chaos Lord. Nice special attack, and a model goes down. Can he get another one? Not quite, unless he can take a swing with his Blood Maul, which is now up. Really nice disruption weapon for the Chaos Lord. There's a big chunk of damage, though. 100 melee DPS, 150 per swing, I believe it is. 425, 365. Hive Tyrant decapping the west. He's leveled to 2. Pibb, obviously, we're just forced off, and we're going to have a melee Plague Champion here. Has the Plague Fist up already, and Plague Marines are on the way. No upgrades for his Heretics yet. 425, 344. Howling Banshees for Illethor, halfway about to level 2. We have a Blast Master for Osinski's Noise Marines, turns them into an artillery unit. Those double grenade launcher heretics can still come into play. They do a lot of damage if you have 2 of them. Can be quite unexpected damage as well because it's delivered in a big burst if they all shoot at the same time. There's the grenade barrage, which misses. 425-333. It's a 1-to-1 cap. Both teams have their natural, and Floid looks like he might make a run for the mid. In fact, Ormagaunts are already decapping Blue's natural. Pibb pushing back up the west side, lost his turret. There's a brood nest there, but you can't see it. 423-333. Manticore strike from Eerie. Here's the first one, and it misses everything. Looks like going to have a huge engagement here. Floid is coming up to the east side. Wow, almost takes out those rangers with help of those Chaos Space Marines there. There's a destructor. Howling Banshee's moving in. There's that passive destructive leap from the Warlock. Such an awesome ability he has to do. 398-333. Lord General gets away. Warlock just about gets away, does he? No, does go down. Termagant's, I think, getting a last hit. Hive Tyrant now in here. Doesn't have a weapon upgrade, but does good DPS with his default claws and Assault Marines forced off. A very good triple from Floid. That's what team games are all about. Assisting your allies at the right time. A Falcon is up for Illethor. Plasma Cannon up for Max Kaya. Really likes using these things. 364-333. Boom! Almost wiping that Guardsman squad. Are they going to retreat? Yes, there we go. 358-333. Double Rangers for Illethor. That's going to be annoying. Especially with their kinetic pulse, which can disrupt. Any long range disruption is always really useful in Dawn of War 2. Missile launcher tactical marines. They've been infiltrated by the Rangers hollow field. 356-324, and there's Let the Galaxy Burn from the Chaos Lord. He's almost level 2 now. Look at the rest of the map, completely blue. Pibb taking that opportunity when Floid tripled the east side to cap up everything and decap their natural power here. Double zone throats for Floid. There's a Noxious Cloud. Very strange time to use it, I think. Easy for Floid to spot, and he just moves away. 356-308. Are we going to see the Crushing Claws up? Pibb is going tier 3. Has Plague Marines. Good generalist unit with a missile launcher. Decent damage to all targets, and that missile launcher also snares vehicles, primarily an anti-vehicle squad. 355-308. Chimera now up for Eerie. Will allow all of these guys to reinforce if they're not close enough to this brood nest. And there's the Manticore heavy artillery piece. Powerful unit, but you need to manually target every shot. If it misses all of its shots, it's not very useful. 343-308. Osinski also going tier 3. Max Powell just lost the unit. I think his scouts. Probably trying to be sneaky and decap something. 336-308. Down goes the Chimera. Oh, the Manticore, sorry. What happened? The Force Commander teleporting in with his Power Fist. Awesome stuff. Also has armor of Alacrity, so he's a very mobile Force Commander going after the Chimera now. Look at that big rear armor hit. 85 DPS heavy melee with this Power Fist, and there's a Melter Bomb as well. That is the end of the Chimera. Excellent play from Max Power. Takes out 2 vehicles, and that is the power of the Force Commander right there. Now going after this little blob of Heretics and Chaos Space Marines. Chaos Space Marines get into the building. These guys have Mark of Zinch. You can tell by the Inferno bolts they're shooting out of that garrison there. And here it is. 317-307. Blastmaster gets a shot, a nice shot on the Plague Champion, but just got some friendly fire on those Tyranids as well. 317-301. Floyd again coming to triple the east side. Mark of Khorne, autocannon Havocs. Chaos Lord lost a big chunk of health from those double rangers, shot him and then goes down. This is a creeping barrage from Eerie, one of the global abilities of the Lord General. Awesome disruption there, and that was really well used by Eerie. Hive Tyrant now has the Crushing Claw, the most powerful heavy melee weapon that a commander can get. Over 100 heavy melee DPS. Down goes that Falcon with some help from the Zone Throats. 317-2 278. Heavy melee weapons damage all targets. Laser cannon getting a nice shot on the Hive Tyrant and makes him run away. Can he fire at the VP with attack round and stop this cap? Looks like he's going to be too late if he does. Nope. Heretics with Aspiring Champion and grenade launchers for Osinski. Gene Stealers on the way for Floid. Max power going for a Dreadnought late in tier 2. Illethor goes tier 3. Osinski already has a Chaos Predator on the way. Big plasma cannon here again. How much stuff has that thing killed? The Assault Marines are lost though. That's a massive loss for max power. They haven't leveled yet. Halfway up. Lord General losing his retinue and backs away. It's quite difficult to take down a Lord General. His retinue members will always die first. And he drops a Lehman Russ in tier 3. And again, we don't see any other retinue members for the Lord General. It's quite rare they actually see him use his other retinue members. Sometimes you'll see the Sergeant or the Commissar and the Vox Operator, quite actually rare to see, which is a bit of a shame. Really cool and unique mechanic for the Lord General. Retinue members 281, 277, 279, 277 is completely evened up now. This game could go either way. Blue team do have excellent map control. Have creeped up the west side, I should say, and have the central points. But we do have a Chaos Predator here from Osinski. He should get Mark of Corn, I think, and then Eerie can get the Vanquisher to deal with vehicles for this guy. The spotters are still going, and they have their tier 3 heavy mortar cannon 270, 277. Dreadnought is up for max, and he's gone for the assault cannon. Excellent anti-infantry weapon. The barrage is especially nasty. Lord General gets away there. There's Immolator, and that was a kinetic pulse setting it up. Nicely done by Illethor, but all of this stuff is reinforcing off the brood nest. Blastmaster setting up. Probably can't see any of this stuff though, so it's not firing. Laser cannon can see something. It sees the Blastmaster. Boom. Probably got line of sight from the Rangers there. 270, 277 is a 1-to-1 cap. Nobody able to cap the east side. Those heretics just about getting away, just retreated at the right time, I think. 270, 277. No bunkers here from Eerie. I thought he'd get up a repair bunker when he got those 2 tanks on the field, his team. Gene Stealers up for Floyd. Floyd really does like to use his Gene Stealers, but here's a great unclean one for Pibb. Super unit for Chaos. Over 6,000 hit points of super heavy infantry armor, and has some nasty abilities. There's the Vomit. Can also use Cloud of Flies, Foul Snare, and can also consume an allied model to regain energy. Does need a lot of energy to use all of its abilities. Plague Champion, did he fully kick this guy out? No. Still with just the Plague Fist. 270, 277. East side, what's going on? Force Spawn has gone down, trying to make a push at the tanks, I think. And the Chaos Predator is going to go down to these Banshees. There is Distort Field on them, so they can tank some range damage from the Warlock. That's one of his global abilities, and they do get away. Some really nice vehicle pushes led by the Force Commander on this side. Tier 3 for Floyd. Max Power has lost a bunch of stuff though. Lost his Tactical Marines, lost his Assault Marines as we saw. Now has a Dreadnought, Plasma Cannon and Devastators and goes tier 3. He has enough red to drop a nuke, or of course get some Terminators. We'll see what he does. Ouch, there's a Singularity from Illethor. Where's his D cannon? There it is. Awesome artillery piece. Look at the range it has. It is tier 3 though, and it's quite expensive as well. 270, 277. Pibb would like a revive over on the west side. There's some Nurgle worship to heal up the big, great and clean one. It is a greater demon, so benefits greatly from worship. And there is the swift movement global from Illethor. All allied infantry moves quicker, which is why those Chaos Space Marines are moving so fast. And they're going to decap. Reds are natural, are they? Here comes Floyd, has double zone throats and melee synapse Gene Stealers with rending claws. Here is that melee synapse. And they're going after the great and clean one. There is Adrenal Rush from the Gene Stealers. increasing the damage they do and the speed and returning health of each hit. And look at the damage the Great and Clean One is taking. 270, 265, a single cap for blue. Chasing it down. There's some heretics in the path. What are they doing? Oh, he's using them to consume and get some energy back, and now going straight back after those Tyranids. Trying to use Cloud of Flies, I think. No, he's coming to the east. First time we've seen Pibb over here. Big plasma cannon hit on the Gene Stealers. So unlucky for Floyd, he just comes up to the east side and gets hit. 270, 254. Nobody's still able to cap this east side. It's been such a back and forth battle up here. What's Osinski going to do? He has a lot of resources. Must be saving for a Phobos or a Great and Clean One of his own. 270, 254. Force Commander teleported in and used Flesh over Steel on the tank. But he was vastly outnumbered and overextended and goes down. And what is this Dreadnought doing? He wants to use the barrage. All he's going to do is kill a bunch of guardsmen. Didn't even kill any. Guardsmen don't really care if they die, as long as you don't wipe the squad. Does get away though, backs away, and we do have the Executioner cannon on the Leman Russ. Basically a rapid firing plasma cannon. Every bit as awesome as that sounds. 270, 237. Force Commander is revived by the Warlock. He's level 7, almost level 8, and has Warp Throw. 270, 236. A very nice grenade there from Illethor on those guardsmen. And they don't have any way to reinforce here and are forced off. Hive Tyrant charging into the Rangers. These Rangers have been such a pain in the arse for red team. Tyrant formation. Did Max spot it? Didn't move his plasma cannon if he did. Has some Terminators now. And an Avatar on the way for Illethor. Dreadnought being chased down by the Leman Russ. Executioner does good damage to all targets, but it's quite short range, as you can see there, for a tank. 270, 227. Is someone going to cap this east side? Looks like the Chaos Lord is giving it a go. Level 3. Plague Marines of Pibb over here. Look at the rosters. Floid with double zone throats and melee synapse Gene Stealers. And a pretty scary Hive Tyrant Crushing Claw. Almost level 5. Double Leman Russ for Eerie. And a Land Raider Phobos for Osinski. That Dreadnought is now going to need to be very, very careful for Max. And he's taking it back out into the field with not very much hit points. He's getting some scouts to repair it though. And the Avatar will also hit the field. Here is that Phobos. Really powerful anti-vehicle super unit. You need to look after this thing. It does have the Dirge Caster to look after itself. But I think it could do with a bit of a speed buff, or perhaps an ability that temporarily boosts its speed. Since it has absolutely no support, which the other Land Raiders have. Can't reinforce off it or anything. Big engagement now. Here comes that Phobos using the Dirge Caster to stun and debuff that Force Commander and those las cannons. Man, they put out some serious hurt. Has 2 twinning las cannons and that heavy twin-linked heavy bolter on top as well. Yep, he wants a repair bunker from Eerie, which is a good idea since they have triple vehicles up here. Here comes the Great and Clean One. Phobos will do a hell of a lot of damage. There's an Imperial Abyss. Will do a lot of damage to vehicles if you stay on the center of it, but Osinski spotted it quite quickly there. 256, 214. So that was a pretty wasted nuke. In fact, he took down his 2 allied commanders with it. Not a good nuke from Pibb. The Great and Clean One's gonna go down. Really shouldn't have pushed against a Phobos. And that's what happens. A lot of people not a big fan of the Phobos, but I've had some really good plays with it recently. And right there, helping to take down the Great and Clean One, is a infiltrated Marco Zin's Chaos Predator. Bad thing about the Phobos is it doesn't have a lot of hit points. Just 2,000 in fact. Which is another reason I think it should get a bit of a speed buff. That is really low for a Land Raider. That's the same amount of hit points as the Swarm Lord, I think. Which is way faster and can self-heal. Of course you shouldn't directly compare them, but just food for thought. Zone Throat's getting shots. Some focus warp blasts on this Chaos Predator. The Avatar coming out of infiltration is going to start wailing on these Chaos Space Marines, level 3 guys as well. The Phobos needs repairs. He has double heretics there to do so. Still no repair bunker from Eerie. He tried to put one here, didn't he? But it got instantly destroyed, I think, by the D cannon. Chaos, the Terminators, I should say, not Chaos Terminators, have a Cyclone missile launcher, which you saw do a hell of a lot of damage to the Phobos. It's actually pretty powerful right now. 248, 180. There's an Immolator. Chaos Space Marines retreating, and east side is blue, but red team have both the naturals and pretty much the rest of the map. All red, it's all red. Pibb's Plague Champion now has the Armor of Pestilence. Makes him very tough, but even slower. 231, 180. The cannon and Rangers getting shots in. Power of Tyrant is not bothered. He's level 6 and goes for the bonded exoskeleton, I should say, and he's going to try and decap with that invulnerability. Up, there's another Abyss, this time from Osinski, wiping the D cannon. Nicely done. That is worth it. I'd spend a nuke to wipe a D cannon anything. 225, 180. Immolate on the Blastmaster Noise Marines, but not too bothered. Level 2. Was that warp throw on those heretics? I think it was. Warlock taking tons of damage though, and is going to go down. He's level 9. Good grief. Force Commander's level 7, now has the Sacred Standard constant area of effect damage buff. I think it's 25%, and that will increase even more if he's taken down in combat. 225, 180. Carnifex on the field for Floid with the Thornback upgrade. Very powerful monstrous creature. 1875 hit points of vehicle armor, and it will regenerate health, albeit very slowly. Nice grenade by Illethor, using fleet to get away there. Still no Icon of Nurgle for Pibb. He's got double Chaos Predators. What's he got for them? He's got Mark of Zinch, and this thing has no mark. 224, 180. East side, still a stalemate. 2 Leman Russes, Chaos Predator, and a Land Raider, and he hasn't tried to put another repair bunker up, I don't think. Does he have the red to do so? He doesn't have the red to do so, which is probably the reason why it's just 32 red for Eerie right now. Assault Cannon Barrage, I'm amazed this Dreadnought is still alive. It's almost level 3. Looks like red team will take this side, and it's going to be difficult for blue team to come back here, I think. 203, 180. Down goes the Carnifex, so that's a big victory. Floyd instantly getting another one. Now they do have a Fire Prism, Avatar, Terminators, a Chaos Predator, and some very nasty commanders as well. If they can get this Force Commander back on his feet, you see that yellow circles, that's the improved damage buff. I think it goes up to 40% when he's incapacitated like that. Hellstorm takes down the Webway Gate, that will give him a big chunk of XP. Webway Gates now give a lot more experience in 2.2 and take longer to build. 175, 180, 2-to-1 cap for red. Fire Prism coming top, can use its dispersion shot to disrupt, or its focus shot to heavily damage big targets. Lord General is forced to retreat, and it's all kicking off. Look at the firepower. Red team splitting their vehicles up because they don't want to get nuked, especially an Eldritch Storm from Illethor, which would be devastating. Almost has enough red for it. Cyclone missile launcher using its barrage. Look at the damage to that Leman Russ, that was crazy. Wow, he's to back off, and it's getting las cannon hits as well from Max. Look at that, bioplasma coming in from the Carnifex with the Venom Cannon. Very powerful anti-vehicle weapon. Good versus other large targets like avatars as well. But it can't fire on the move now. Dreadnought is level 3. Floyd is pushing quite hard here. Is he pushing too hard? Overextending his Gene Stealers, I think. These are aspiring champion heretics, almost wiping out those Gene Stealers. Wow. Gene Stealers are level 2. Warrior Brood also getting away level 3, or do they? I think they will. Down goes the Fire Prism. Not sure what did that. Didn't quite catch it. This is a crazy lineup that red team have. Venom Cannon Carnifex, Land Raider Phobos, 2 Leman Russes, and a Chaos Predator. Look at the firepower going on mid. How can you cap with that there? Blue team though are being sneaky. Plague Champion is capping red's natural. He's almost level 4. Still no sign of the Icon of Noble. Now a tier 3 Lictor on the way for Floid. Max Power has double Terminators, both with the Cyclone Missile Launcher. A very good choice in this instance as well. They need a lot of anti-vehicle. Illethor needs to get something on the field. Some D cannons, I think. We will see. 138, 148. He's used the Eldritch Storm. Very powerful anti-vehicle nuke. Now the Phobos is going to go down, I think. It's hard stunned. And down it goes to the double Osinski Predators from Pibb. They've got rid of one big vehicle, and these Leman Russ is now in trouble. This thing showing its rear armor. 138, 124. Can the Terminators get another one of those Cyclone barrages off? There's one. There's another. Tons and tons of damage. Leman Russ goes down. Terrible, terrible engagement for red team. Can they take this one down? Thinking the repair bunker can keep them both alive, but it couldn't quite do it. There's an abyss from Osinski. Not sure what it killed. Those Devastators are getting dragged in, and they are wiped out. There's a las cannon down. For Max, down goes this Chaos Predator from the Leman Russ with Vanquisher level 2. Blastmaster setting up again, level 3. Crazy, crazy stuff on this side. Red team taking blue's natural now. It's the sneaky tier 3 Lictor, and this guy doesn't mess around in combat either. Almost 100 heavy melee DPS. 136, 119. Avatar still charging around for Illethor, and he has gone for another D cannon here. Trying to keep it separated from the rest of the stuff there. They're blobbing up a little bit there, blue team. Always got to factor in nukes to your decisions in tier 3, especially in team games where you could get 2 or 3 nukes at a time. 134, 119. The Chaos Lord with the Dark Halo is going to try and decap. Lord General alongside him doing the same thing. Ouch, big Wailing Doom from the Avatar. And that Dreadnought has been awesome for max power, almost level 4, creeping up to it, and there's a big singularity. Wow, blue team doing very well last couple of engagements, and they retain the east side for a double cap. Red team taking back their natural. It's the Hive Tyrant capping is level 7. Looks like Floyd is coming over here to help out. Has his Gene Stealers, level 3 Gene Stealers under melee synapse, where he doesn't want to go in alone, doesn't want to eat this Wailing Doom either. 134, 80. Leman Russ with Executioner. Plague Marines exploding left and right. And they're going to wipe out, I think. There we go. Warrior Brood levels to 4 and skedaddles away. Venom Cannon Carnifex getting shots. Avatar now infiltrated by those hollow fields. Some awesome ranger play from Illethor, and he's going for another Fire Prism. Blue team is theirs to lose now. But I said that about red team a little while ago. And look at this, Osinski has another Phobos. Level 4 Havocs, level 3 Chaos Space Marines over there as well for Pibb. 134, 64. Force Commander is level 8. Warlock must be level 10 by now. Yep, he is. Has Providence. 134, 60. There's a 2-to-1. Phobos rolling up with a Lictor in tow. This is the Plague Champion. 72 DPS, heavy melee from this Plague Fist. But the Dirge Cast are stopping him in his tracks. Tons of stuff getting out of the Phobos. But there's another Wailing Doom. Ouch. 134, 42. Desperate last pushes by the red team. Can they turn this around? They're pushing east and they're decapping it. Force Commander went down. Dreadnought needs to turn around and start shooting stuff. There we go. 134, 34, 2-to-1 cap for blue team. Can red decap this? Not sure if they can. Lord General gets taken out by the barrage. And the Phobos might go down again. Double Chaos Predators pushing against it. And it's going to go down. Down it does go. Should have waited for Floyd, I think, to be ready before he pushed. Floyd is there now. Hive Tyrant pushing in with Crushing Claw. That melee force, which hasn't really been able to shine. That's a singularity, I think, put down there. See a counter on the field for Illethor, kicking some serious ass. Level 2 already. 1349, there's the 2-to-1, and I think this is GG. Blue team are going to take this, an awesome battle. Crazy action all over the map, especially on the east side, and there is the victory for blue team. Max Power had triple Cyclone missile launcher Terminators, and these things did an awesome job for them on this side. Some really nice Force Commander pushes with the Power Fist, I should say, as well. Red team just had a couple of very bad engages where they lost all of their vehicles on the east side and just couldn't hold after that. Eerie had 2 more Leman Russes up. So there it is, 134 to 0. Let's look at the commanders. Level 8 Force Commander, level 10 Warlock, as you saw. The Plague Champion got to level 4, would have been way higher if he had the Icon of Nurgle. Level 8 Hive Tyrant did well. Lord General level 6. Didn't see any other retinue members from him. Perhaps the Commissar retinue member with that refractor field would have been useful up here. And a level 5 Chaos Lord, Demonic Visage, Armored Inferno, and Bloodmaw. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.